I think the main value of the SATs is not seeing it as an intelligence test, but instead as an assessment of quantitative and verbal reasoning skills acquired during a critical stage of childhood. Now, when I think someone is between the ages of 8 to 14, there's an explosion in their mind, an explosion in their ability to reason using quantitative and verbal reasoning principles. And during that time, the growth that the mind goes through can be accelerated or doubled down on by imposing this pressure to perform under timed conditions on a timed test. Because when you have to do that, you put yourself in a position as a kid to acquire skills and to seek help to acquire skills that allow you to reason more efficiently, more deliberately, and more explicitly, and to learn how to do that within a very specific time frame. Now, why is that important? Because if you want to become a scientist, a mathematician, a researcher, if you want to be someone who's going to discover new things, if you want to be a writer, a philosopher, a thinker who can drive change, you need to be able to experiment aggressively with ideas to discover something new, because discovery, for the most part, is not really a straight line. You don't go from steps 1 to 10 with a clear path ahead. It's really a path of increasing the odds of getting lucky by being able to experiment aggressively with ideas using tools that you acquire. And so when you experiment aggressively, magical things happen, you interact with the world, you learn new things, and that is how discoveries are made. To be able to do that, for example, as a physicist, as a mathematician, you have to possess the quantitative and verbal reasoning skills to be able to experiment aggressively in order to see where your path takes you. But if you're not able to experiment aggressively, to create experiments, to try new things in the real world, you are unlikely to discover things that are interesting and are new. And so that is why I think the SATs are an important exam, that they have to be kept, reinstated, and they have to remain a test that is to be performed under timed conditions, because it imposes this requirement on kids to acquire skills at a critical stage of explosive growth that allows them to achieve the true potential of their aptitude. Because if they don't take that opportunity for growth at that time, they will never be able to make up for it when they're adults. So I coach both kids and adults in standardized tests. So for someone who's young, it's the SATs. For adults, it's the GMAT or the GRE. And what I found is, if one had not acquired certain skills, quantitative and verbal reasoning skills, but obviously, by the way, it goes the same for music. If you don't acquire certain skills at a certain stage during childhood, at that growth stage, you will never be able to recover that in adulthood.